So I've been using the TicWatch Pro 3 for quite some time, and I have to say I really enjoy this smartwatch. I'm a big fan of Wear OS. I use all their products and services because they really boost my productivity. However, I have to say that I'm a fan, but I only have a certain amount of patience because some things are just still so blatantly broken on the Wear OS platform that it's just so frustrating to not have these features that are advertised and should be there, but they just simply don't work. Okay Google, text Marcy, I'm running late for the theater. So before we begin this video, I know I don't like spreading negative hate about things like Wear OS and stuff like that. I do feel like I really need to engage with the community so that we can all maybe rally together and hopefully make some change. Basically, we need the product managers at Wear OS to listen to our complaints so that they really prioritize and fix these blatant flaws. So if there was only one thing that the Wear OS team could fix, I wish they would fix the ability to send an SMS text through your voice. So through the voice assistant, every time you want to send a text message to a friend or whoever you want to, it just doesn't work. It'll say, okay, do you want to send this? And then there's the broken cloud icon, which is the bane of my existence. Now, there's some alternative ways to send an SMS text message using your Wear OS watch. However, both these ways are terribly inconvenient and require a lot of tapping into the watch. Oddly enough, if you swipe right and you've revealed the Google Assistant home page, you can actually click a little button that says send a text message, and then from there you can select your contact and then compose a message and then send it. For some reason you can do it using tapping and stuff like that, but you cannot use your voice. The alternative way, and this is my preferred method, is to download Handset Next SMS. It's a really great app on your Android phone, and from there they actually have a dedicated native Wear OS app from where you can select your contacts and send an SMS text message. Now that broken cloud icon is not just only occurring after you try to send an SMS text. There are other cases where it appears. For example, if you ask the Google Assistant, show me nearby theaters, it'll show a list of all the theaters nearby, which is really cool. And then say, for example, you want to tap for more information on one of them. And then all of a sudden you tap on it, then there's that broken cloud icon and it says, can't connect to the phone at this moment. So I'm not sure why this is always happening. It's very frustrating and it's very annoying. I also noticed when I tried to do a nearby search for something, let's say a drugstore, it could not find anything nearby. It showed a list of things that are really far away. So for some reason, I feel like Wear OS Assistant does not have my location and it cannot provide contextual information. This is a terrible user experience. Directions to Best Buy by bike. Also, you're not able to initiate navigation by voice if you want directions to a particular store.
Touch the one you want.
It is mainly the Google Assistant on Wear OS that lacks all the proper fixes so that it works normally. Anytime you want to interact with it, let's say you want to tap a picture or tap a link on it, you're going to get that broken cloud icon saying that you can't connect to the phone. And this is a major shame because one of the biggest strengths of Wear OS is the Google Assistant. The Wear Assistant offers so much functionality and ease of use because let's face it, it's really annoying to have to click on your Wear OS watch, tap buttons and stuff like that. I would much rather interact with the Wear OS using my voice. And a lot of these features are just simply not working, and I'm really hoping that the Wear OS team could finally fix these issues because it has been more than 4 months since the initial release of this watch, and still there has been silence. No admittance to any of these problems, just no updates. Every time I get a Google update, Google Play Services update, nothing is working. Some people reported that if you uninstall all the Google Play Services updates, you can actually restore the functionality of the Wear OS Assistant such that it works completely fine. I think that is a very unsatisfactory type of solution, and personally when I tried it, it did not work at all. By the way, I want to make it very clear, there are two distinct set of issues with Google Assistant. If you have your phone set to a non-USA English, say for example USA Canada or some other language, your Google Assistant on the Wear OS platform is going to operate very poorly. In fact, you pretty much can't do anything. You can't set a reminder. So at least if you set it to USA English, everything is going to start working a little bit better. However, that still does not avoid all the issues that I have mentioned in this video. So in order to get the maximum functionality of your Wear OS Assistant, make sure you set your phone settings to USA English. So another blatant bug that exists on the Wear OS platform is the ability to activate the Wear OS Assistant with just using the hotkey word. I'm not going to say it, it's hey, Google, whatever. Okay, good, it didn't initiate. So basically, being able to activate without having to touch a screen is something that is not possible, and it's still a blatant issue that they have not addressed at all. I'm just very confused as to why there is an option to enable this feature where it clearly does not work. Now, unfortunately, things get a little bit worse. With the most recent update to Wear OS, which was supposed to enhance the Wear OS system by increasing contrast and making the weather app and the strength training and the fitness app look a lot more prettier, they've actually reduced a lot of functionality in those specific apps. Specifically with the strength training activity or the weightlifting activity, you are no longer able to track your reps. You have to uninstall this update to get back that functionality. So I have a quick update on the strength training activity. Someone on the Reddit community by the name of Mallory created an app that actually restores the original functionality of the strength training app, which is fantastic because you don't have to go through the hack of uninstalling the Google Fit app. You can simultaneously run the new Google Fit app and also have the strength training app as well. Now, I think this is a great workaround, being able to install this and have this original functionality, but I'm still really worried that Google may someday ban this app or just completely disable the strength training activity in a future update. So I really hope that Google does actually fix this the proper way. And with the weather app, they've actually crippled it. You can only see the next 12 hours of the forecast. You're not able to see what's happening the next day or a couple days in advance, unlike the previous app. So I'm just very baffled as to why they reduced the functionality of these apps, even though they said that, oh, it's an update. I made an entire video dedicated to those two issues, but that is something that I'm really sad about as well. The last thing I want to conclude is routines on the Wear OS Assistant is not supported. And just for those who don't know what a routine is on the Google Assistant, basically a routine is the ability to batch different commands together. So for example, I can open up my curtains, turn off these lights, change the setting of the lights, do a whole bunch of different type of commands, which is a very useful feature. The reason why I'm not upset about the lack of this feature is that the UI experience, the actual app, will indicate that this feature is not supported. So from a user's perspective, you kind of understand, okay, this feature is clearly not supported. Google is being very explicit in their communication through the app. However, as I mentioned before with the other issues, where there's that broken cloud or just things just don't work, the application doesn't give you any feedback as to why this is happening or if there's going to be any future updates to address it. So this leaves their users very confused and unsure what the future may look for them. In my opinion, this type of experience gives the users a bad taste in their mouth when using the Wear OS platform. So here's the most recent article, February 23rd, 2021, detailing that Wear OS may receive a screen recording feature. Now, I think this is completely ridiculous. The developers at Google working on Wear OS platform are working on some really unimportant features where the Wear OS Assistant, something that has a really good value proposition, they're not actively working on these bugs. I don't know what's going on there. In my personal opinion, if Google were to devote more resources into fixing the Wear OS platform in terms of its Google Assistant and continue enhancing the voice features, I think Wear OS would be the best wearable platform out of all the smartwatches out there. Anyways, that's enough of me complaining. I want to ask you, let me know in the comments down below, what is missing in Wear OS? Are you affected by these blatant issues, or am I just crazy and that these issues are not really a big concern at all? I'd love to know, so let me know in the comments down below. If you're affected by these issues, I really encourage you to like this video. By liking this video, you help promote it on the YouTube algorithm so that it becomes more prominent, more people can see it, and then hopefully Google will be forced to address it. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.